kung anong what are we supposed to do in the future.
Sabi po ni Senator De Lima, President, kailangan mo daw po with Senator Cayetano yung pinilit yung mga testigo para
Nuwala ka na. Yung mga NBI, garito na ni Esmeralda pati nila sabayan, Lasala. Yung kilala mo lang yan. Maswash pa sa akin. Cannot do that with yung ganong karami. You cannot orchestrate the testimony. Magbungguan yan eh. Kung hindi totoo, magbungguan yan.
Sir, do you personally know Matobato, sir?
Hindi.
Pero nakita niyo na po siya, sir?
I don't remember. Kasi lahat ng kagaya nito, when I was mayor, the one providing the security, puro police. Kita mo naman, itong driver ko, police. And sila Sani, but Sani, si Binaventura, when he retired, he was removed from my security. Puro police talaga to. And one time, may mga military men assigned also. I think they're still with yung sa ibang ano ko. The police, because of the threat against my life, and maybe my family at time provided security for my family, and even the military pitch in.
Mayor, expected niyo po ba na for the next few days maglalabas pa na ibang witnesses?
I really do not, hindi ko hawak. Pero alam ko na ang totoo talaga. I mean, I have a picture of a bird's eye view of what happened there. At ako yung nauna eh. Sinabi ko that, remember when I was summoned by the Senate to testify sa rice. Tapos nagsagutan kami ni De Lima because I said, patayin ko. Kaya really naman tanong yun eh. What will you do if you find David Bangayan smuggling in your city? And I said, I will, for stealing 7 billion of the people's taxes, I would. Nagalis De Lima. Sabi ko, De Lima, it's not my mouth. And also sa lahat na ngayon, lahat ng mga international bleeding hearts, it is not my mouth which is really the problem, and even sa business world. If you think that my mouth is not a good investment here, go out. So be it, you go out. It's drugs. Hindi yung bunganga ko. Ang drugs ang problema natin. Hindi nakakalimutan nila. So what's the value of my... And because iniipit nila ako. When I say na, I will, time and again, as I said, I will kill you if you destroy my country. I will kill you if you destroy the children, our children. What is wrong with that? There is no crime threatening criminals. And yet, itong mga international, mga human rights and everybody, bakit? Sa kung may namatay sila, sinabi ko na nga eh.
Sir, any comment of the discovery of the mega factory siya doon sa Arayat?
Arayat Pampanga po kanina.
Hindi ko na. I was, sinabi lang nitong nakinig sa radyo. Ito, si Gomer, driver ko. He was the one who was narrating to me what he heard. I was flying then from, I was coming in from Zamboanga, Cagayan.
May President, lastly po, kailan po possible mapapalabas yung list ng narco politicians ng Cavite officials?
You know, I had it revalidated again. Kasi may nakita ako doon ng mga kaibigan ko na hindi ko sukat akalain. Like si Espino, General. I hit the snag there eh. Kaya yung pinarevalidate ko sa mismo mga tao ko na hindi ko makonekta si General Espino, yung governor ng ano. So, ibinalik ko na naman, kagaya nung iba, kindly try to give me an idea how this guy came into the picture. Or for that matter, why is his name nandyan? So give me an idea kung yung link, I need a link. Either a person or an event somewhere.
Thank you.
Thank you, President.
Okay na tayo, ha?
Sige po.
Good afternoon. May I call on Mrs. Lourdes Josephine Gotianon Yap, Director of FDCUI and President and CEO of Philinvest Land, for their welcome remarks.
President Duterte, friends from the government, ladies and gentlemen, maayong hapon sa inyong tanan. Welcome to the inauguration ceremony of the FDC Misamis 405 megawatt circulating fluidized bed coal thermal plant. We are humbled by the presence of President Duterte as he inaugurates the first power plant to be commissioned during his administration. We adhere to his strong conviction that when Mindanao is strong, the entire Philippines is strong. And today, this plant stands as the biggest power plant in Mindanao and has finally put an end to the recurring power crisis that has plagued the region. This will drive much-needed development in Mindanao by ensuring a reliable and competitively priced power supply. This plant marks the biggest investment of the Philinvest Group and reaffirms its confidence in Mindanao. It is our mission to provide power at the most affordable cost, in the most reliable way, while investing in technology that protects the environment. As we celebrate this afternoon, we give due recognition to all our partners who made the power project a success. We are extremely grateful for the warm welcome we have received from the province of Misamis Oriental, the municipalities of Villanueva and Togoloan, and FIVIDEC, for the encouragement from the regulatory agencies of the DOE, ERC, and DNR, among others, from the unwavering support of our valued customers in the region, and the strong assistance of our lenders, our contractors, and the dedicated FDCUI team under the leadership of Mr. Alcordo and Mr. Pangilinan. This plant was the brainchild of my father, Andrew Gotianon Sr. It holds a special meaning for us because it was his last major endeavor. So it is with bittersweet emotion that we inaugurate it without his physical presence. In his memory, the Andrew Gotianon Foundation will be establishing a technical vocational high school in FIVIDEC, with the first batch of over 480 live-in scholars to be sourced from all over Mindanao. In partnership with ERDATEC and Xavier University, these scholars will provide the much-needed skills to support the industries in Mindanao. This project will be started soon and will happen during the Duterte administration.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, we will witness the presentation of the dedication marker for the late Andrew Gotianon Sr. May we request President Duterte, Mrs. Mercedes Gotianon, and the family for a photo opportunity. A big hand, please, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, President Duterte, Mrs. Gotianon, and Mrs. Yap. Ladies and gentlemen, the next part of our program is the unveiling of the inaugural marker of the Philinvest Development Corporation's Misamis 3 by 135 megawatt CFB coal plant. To be led, of course, by our President, Rodrigo Duterte, together with government officials and members of the Gotianon family. A big hand, please. A round of applause. Thank you very much. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to request President Duterte to press the ceremonial power button to signal the inauguration of the FDC Misamis coal plant.
This power plant is already connected to the Mindanao grid.
Thank you for watching our brief presentation on the thermal plant. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, may we call on Datu Abdul Kair Dangal Alonto, Chairperson of the Mindanao Development Authority, to introduce our guest of honor.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My fellow citizens, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the beloved son of Mindanao and the noble leader, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Kindly sit down. Salamat. Governor Imano, Representative Onabia, Representative Oy, Representative Rolando Oy, Representative Maximo Rodriguez, Representative Lord Alan Velasco, recommend you sa Energy's House. Abdul Khair Alonto, one of the cabinet members who are here. Mrs. Mercedes Gutianon, the chairperson. Andrew Gutianon, Josephine, Jonathan Michael, Edward Gutianon, Mr. Jesus Alcorda, chairperson of the board. Mr. Mario Pangilinan, Mayor Jenner Rosaliti Oy, Mayor Hector Fernando Giordimano, my beloved countrymen, good afternoon. You know, while I'm talking about this, the newest plant, and congratulating the Gutianon family for their sheer enterprise, not only in the development of the Philippines, but sharing the money to help the Philippines raise the standard of living. One of the few nakita ko na, well, the big ones are really big. And they are big because maybe God gave them so much. So that's also they can help so much of our fellow men. Wala na kayo masyadong problema in about years to come. But again, the second and third generation would still suffer if we're not able to really utilize the, what I would say, the solar and the wind, and I don't know where. Alam mo, this will be again, I said, tallied against the statistics of the EU. Tapos they would again start to compute the carbon footprints dito. Ganon yan yung, you know, I had this argument with the EU. Early on, hindi pa ako off ng office. This went to see me, and it's about the, well, the campaign to reduce carbon in this planet because of the so many changes in the weather, and it was the Kyoto Conference, it was signed, but last to sign was, I think, China, Russia, and the United States, and most of the heavily industrialized countries. That is where I said the hypocrisy and sometimes the stupid inconsistency itong mga industrial powers. They want to lower, but they also want us to go lower than usual. So they would want to delimit, and we cannot raise higher than the ratio that we've been using. You are used to. So pagka saka tagamay. Now, if we want to industrialize our country, because we were left behind by so many generations, you have to keep up with developments. And the vow right now to use is coal. Why? Barato, it's available, although it is maybe deleterious to the whole of the climate of planet Earth. Now, this is the problem. Sila started very early. So, upon the dawn of the industrialized era of this planet, sila yung mabibilis, and the consumed oil, the fossil fuel oil, bunker, lahat diesel, sila yung tumaas na daan. Sila yung bumubuga, and they took them years to do it. Now that they have changed the climate, because we were then poor, and we had nothing, gusto lang ngayon tayo, gusto natin umabot rin sa kanilang parang kayamanan. Pero sabi lang, wag masyado kasi nagpupulyot tayo ng air. Kami mag-control, kayo kontrolin. Pero kung anong atas, huwag kang sumubra. Sumunod ka sa ratio and proportion. Kasi sabi ko, mga gago talaga, umalis kayo dyan. Kaya galit sila sa akin. Nga, they want me to investigate the human rights. Katawan na ng mga puti. So what we do now is we go to China, and rightly so. China is in good faith. Yung historical naman yan, sabi na, hindi naman yung kanya, ng mga leaders ngayon. So, there is their arbitral judgment because may contest dyan. But nung nanalo na tayo, may dalawang options. We go to war para kunin natin, or we talk in peace. Remember that anong pinag-awayan yan is not territorial. Ang territorial natin at lahat ng bansa sa buong mundo, it's the 12-mile limit from the coastal shores where the water would rush in and rush out during high tide or low tide. Itong dito sa Scarborough is the entitlement. Lahat namang bayan sa buong mundo, we agreed na mayroon sarili tayong fish fund. Ang ating dyan, ang sinabi ng China, kasali sa kanila, yung ating fish fund. Lahat sa mundo may sariling fish fund. So that is the sovereign entitlements, mga isda, marine life. Kasi yung tubig, ganon, sa ilalim yan, ito yung coastal. Sure. Sa ilalim niya, tawag nila kantil, yun, may tubig pa yan. So pag ganon yan, these are what you would call the continental shelf. Hindi yung pagkita mo dyan, maglakad ka sa beach, na dyan, mismo nga, wala ng lupa. May lupa pa, sa ilalim niyan, meron pa yung papunta ng, that is the continental shelf. And that is the basis of our claim for the sovereign entitlements. So, hindi naman tayo pwedeng mag-gera. Mag-usap na muna tayo. And there will be a time. There is always a time in this world. A time to talk, a time to war. A time for bloody, and a time to be purified. It's not the time because we cannot depend on anybody except us. I do not expect you, United States, to die for us. So we'll just have to navigate our way around here. Me, I'm willing to talk. I'm going to China because I want. Then, kung kami na lang doon, I will present the problem to him and I would say to him, this piece of paper, the Trevor Award, we do not go out of the four corners of this paper. We talk. Ganon, pero hindi yung pagtapangan tayo. Negosyo na. Kita mo, tulong sila gawa ng power plant. And just imagine if we can get their help in the years to come. It's not territorial. Kung territorial, matagal na tayo nagpapatayan dyan. It's the sovereign entitlement. But one of the things that I would demand, if I go to the mainland China, is give us back our fishing rights. That's one. Not non-negotiable. Pobre among mga kababayan. Two, then, whatever, kung gas, meron doon ang agreement between China and the Philippines during the time of, you know, those the representatives energy. Di ba? Oh. Hands up ka agad, ma-absent ka. We had this scientific, it was supposed to be, actually, it was just legalist, tokatis lang yun, diplomatic way. Or really, towards a joint venture. Nung umakyat si Aquino, tinabla niya. So kaya galit ang China. Galit talaga sa kanya. Ngayon, sabi ko usap tayo. But there will be a time. But just like what the Bible says, mga Kristiyanos, there is always a time to talk, a time to be nice, a time to be angry, a time to be ugly, a time to be beautiful, a time for peace, a time for war, a time to be born, and a time to die. Hindi natin pwede biglain ito. So, we would like to thank China, the Gutianon family of Chinese ancestry, mine also, and we would only aspire for one nation. I will not obey to the unreasonable mandates of whatever mga EU dyan. EU kaya gani, basta maliit ka. Well, not me. Kaya ngayon, sample ko lang, paalis na ako this. Human rights. Davao was very topsy-turvy. When I became mayor, I said, kayong mga kriminal, mga durugista, mga adik, mga udaper, umalis kayo. Kasi pag hindi, talagang mamatay kayo. Now, bakit nga maraming patay? You know why? Hindi yan sinasalvage. Kagaya niyan sa Manila ngayon. Kasi ang pulis talaga takot yan. Anak ka ng... You should know because I was a prosecutor, a vice mayor, mayor, congressman, presidente na ngayon. Kung bakit, ayaw ko dumating ako dyan. Pero basta ganun ang laro. Takot talaga ang pulis noon. Kung hindi mo sabihan ang pulis, hulihin mo, go after them, arrest them, and if they present a violent resistance, kill them. Yan. With those words, maraming patay ang Davao. Yung lumaban talaga, namamatay. Pero sabihin mo na patay ko, nakatali ang kamay sa likod ko. Those were the handiwork of their co-conspirators dyan sa droga. Kasi bago kami nag-umpisa, sabihin ko, hulihin mo ito, tapos ituro mo yung isa ang nagpiyait sa iyo. Yung isa naman, ituro mo siya yung nagpabili sa iyo. So yung binabalot na, yung tinotorture, hindi trabaho ng gobyerno yan. Bakit may balot na, hindi naman nagpuproduce ng mami ang gobyerno? Barilin mo lang dyan. Iwanan mo kung gusto mo talagang extrajudicial. But most of them were really because ang pulis talagang agresibo na. Kasi sinabi ko, go! At saka kung ano ang mangyari, as long as it is in the performance of your duty, duty connected, and when your life is in danger, patayin mo. Huwag kang mamatay kasi pagdating ko, ikaw ang barilin ko. Totoo. That is really my language. Ngayon, they've been using it. Ngayon, hanggang ngayon, doon sa iyo, that he is known to issue warnings of killing criminals. Sabi ko, fuck you. Why are you threatening me, including itong rapporteur ng Amerika? Why are you complaining so much about me threatening the criminals of the drug syndicates? If you consider the fact that we have now 3,700,000 drug addicts, by that number alone, it would tell you it's a very serious crime. Tingnan mo ngayon na wala ng addict. 60% reduce ng kriminal. Wala, pero maraming patay. Pero yung mga addict, kasi yung addict, 6 months to 1 year magamit ng shabu. Either mag-suicide yan sa kagagawa nila o mag-hold up. But in the end, yung may pera, andun, ayan, maraming pamilya, even in Davao. Basta itong mayayaman na hindi na sila kailangan magnakaw, magpatay. Hindi na kailangan and they see the hopelessness of that. Yan ang totoo yan. Itong mga Amerikano, pabuta-bungol. Takutin pa ako na, bakit hindi ko sila putahin? Noong mayor ako, it was all right for them to criticize me. You know, you have a mayor in that Mindanao Island who's very talkative about killing, so easy. Okay lang yun. Kung presidente ako, lecturean ako ng putang ina niyang rapporteur. Tapos sabihin ako you know, there is no crime at all in the Philippines which says, I cannot threaten criminals or else I will go to prison. Walang crime nagsabi nga bawal magsabi ka kriminal. Kayong mga terorista. Kayong mga Tapos ako sinabi nila doon they went into Iraq on the excuse of weapons of mass destruction. Pinatay nila si Saddam. Iraq is no longer a state. They undermined Libya. Binobomba nila ang Syria, patay pati mga bata. Wala lang Kaya today I announce sa international, sa Al Jazeera, I am inviting the United Nations, si Ban Ki, anong pangalan niyang yawa niya? Ban Ki-moon, Ban Ki-san. I am inviting the EU, yung pinakamahusay, send the best lawyers of your town. Pati ang mga rapporteurs, pumunta sila sa Pilipinas. I will write them a letter to invite them for an investigation. But, in keeping with the time-honored principle of the right to be heard, matapos nila akong tanungin ko sila. Isa-isahin ko sila. In open forum, you can use the Senate o yung Folk Art Center, whatever. Everybody will be invited. Tapos manood kayo. Tingnan ninyo kung paano ko lampasuhin yung mga yawa na yan. Una ko lang tanong sa rapporteur, I killed thousands? Or what was the name of the first victim? What happened? Where? For what reason? How was it done? What time was it? Eh, si Obama, papatay yung mga blacks doon. Kahapon may binaril na naman na African-American. Kaya magpadala ako ng raportor bukas doon sa Amerika. Tanongin ito, bakit pinagbabarilin niyo itong mga itim dito? You know? Tapos sabi ng Britain, sabi ng Germany, di warningan nila yung mga Arabs. You stop because we will bomb you. Ang tinatakot ko, mga kriminal, itong inyo, mga bayan ng mundong ito, ang mga kawawang Arab, mga Muslim, pinag-aapi-api ninyo. The Middle East is a destroyed part of the planet na wala na talagang, wala. Kasi yan sila, kaya ako nagmumura. Kasi kung sila, akala mo with all the pontification and every word that they utter, they would like it to be treated as an ex-cathedra thing. Kung sila marunong, tayo binababoy. Bakit ganon? Politika yan eh. Galing yan sa Davao. It started in Davao as a political issue. As a matter of fact, go to Davao, yung DDS is not really, DDS was during the time Sparrow versus the DDS of government. Yan, hindi akin yan. Tapos inadapt nila na adapt sa akin, sinakyan naman itong mga oposisyon nung eleksyon. Okay lang yun. Ngayon hanggang ngayon, kita mo, Dilima, she was 7 years chairman of the human rights. Binibira niya ako. Hindi pinag-file ng kaso. Secretary of Justice, she was building a name at my expense para popular. So what now? Tingnan mo. She was not only screwing her driver, she was screwing the nation. Yan ang, kita mo na. O ngayon, sana yung human rights. Kaninong papel ginamit ninyo para sa investigation? From where were the papers? Kaya mahirap yung gano'n. Nakita mo, so after all, kaya sabi ko 6 months, because at the time when I said, I need another 6 months. Yun yung pinahon sinabi ko kay Dilima, you better hang yourself. Kasi nandito na sa mga kamay ko yung sinabi na nila, tinignan ko na. So all the while, because of her propensity for sex, ayun. Ngayon lang ako nakita na babae na lumabas sa buong social media, nakangiti pa ang buang. Marag ko inahitabo. Putang ina kung nanay ko yan, barilin ko. God. Yan nga, that is a lesson to be learned somewhere. Tapos sabihin ito mga na BB plus credit, walang pakialam sa inyo. I'm formulating a new foreign policy. I'll be neutral. At saka yung sabi ng Amerikano, magpatrol-patrol dyan sa China Sea. I will not allow the armed forces to do that. Stop it. Why should we go into joint patrol tapos nagkagirap? Pag nagkagira saan ang battleground? Diyan Palawan. Kalukuhan yan. Maghira lang kayo dyan. Okay na kami dito pa. Inaugurate na lang kami. Kung meron kami nito, you know, I'd really be happy if I get to be invited so many hundreds of kilometers away. I would still go there. If it's the elephant, you know itong electricity, it is really the Carabao. Pag wala kang energy, patay ka. And to me, this would alleviate, including the Zamboanga Peninsula. Hirap talaga sila doon. almost every now and then hingi ng tulong for a redistribution of the power from the grid. But with the surplus now, hindi nga surplus, kulang pa rin. But more or less, may stabilize na. For now. But we never thought that Mindanao would develop so fast that in a few years would be starting again to tinker with, but maybe in the fullness of God's time, we would have something like a solar or better technology, but not expensive. Walang question yan. They are available. But whether or not we can operate them at a cost that would give you the return of investment for a few years, I don't think so. Well, I'm not trying to be an actuarial thing here, but mahirapan. So hindi naman kasi ang mga investors, they want to get back a little of something. Maybe on the third year, fourth year, they would have the profits back slowly. But if you're saying that itong ganitong klaseng, it takes time, it takes money. But again, I would like to thank the Luciano family for this plant and everybody connected with it. And the Chinese, you will see me more often in China. Saka totoo lang, pag iniyaya ka dito sa mga Asia country, makita naman ninyo ang preparation sa banquet. Doon, buhugan ka lang yung sagbutan o mga salad-salad. Dito na lang ako. Diyan na lang kayo. So again, I'm here. I'm happy to be here. I think this would I would have the command conference with the police. Just a reminder to them also that I'm not happy with what has happened. I give them a more ganito ha. In a scale of 1 to 10, we have achieved something like about 5. But most of the drug ngayon, even dito sa Cagayan, if you want drugs, your source of communication, the critical communication will come from your jails. Ang transaction dito sa droga sa Pilipinas, almost 95% still being cooked inside prisons. Puro Chinese. Kaya hindi ito maghintay itong mga yawa, ito bahog ko na sa boiler diya. Sabihin mo sa kanila, translate mo. I have no problem. My grandfather, Chinese yun. My grandfather was really Chinese. When he was naturalized, he took after the name of his lawyer, Attorney Roa. My mother was a Maranao, taga-Iligan. Pero yung mga half-sister niya, talagang Roa rin. He was really a Roa, but he was really Chinese also. Most of the time, and there was this naturalization proceeding, yan ang ginagawa nila eh. Ina-adapt nila ang mga pangalan ng mga abogado nila. So wala akong problema dyan sa mga Chinese na yan. Papaghinto, bahog ko. Bueno, Governor Mango Dadato, Governor Solon, Mayor Rivera, Police Deputy Director General Uyami Jr., Police Chief Superintendent Cedric Rain, the officers and men of the Philippine National Police, the officers and men of the Philippine Army, the Armed Forces, mga kababayan ko. Could anybody give the Tikas Pahinga order, please?
Okay, take one. Tikas! Ha!
Kaning mga pulis ba, pag Tikas Pahinga, mas dakog bilangkan kayo sa mga army. Ngano ka? I'd like to make an explanation to the Filipino people. Hindi masyado tayo, trabaho. You know, when I was mayor for 23 years sa Davao, maraming namatay. And I was one of the favorite whipping boy of Dilima about the human rights. Nung kasing na-OIC ako right after the EDSA revolution, nung na-mayor ako, magulo ang Davao. Lahat nandun. And what is really worse at the time, it was a very bad policy, but everybody thought at the time that it was good. Every Filipino or foreigner for that matter would go and say that he is a anti-communist, yung Alsamasa binigyan ng mga armas. Arms were freely given to everybody, and when there was a slowing down, kasi sa Davao, alam mo, nagpalayo yung mga komunista. Wala na tayong panahon mag-istorya kung bakit. Ang naproblema ko ang mga hoodlums. Then, the shabu substance came into being. Hirap ako, so sabi ko, yung mga durugista, yung mga kidnapper, yung mga hold-upper, murder for hire, umalis kayo ng Davao kasi hindi, pag ayaw ninyo, papatayin ko kayo. At yung ibang umalis nga, buhay, yung ibang, yung hindi naniwala, patay. So no, there is a problem. Kasi lahat kasi ng namatay, binibilang, well, politika una yan. It started with politics. Yung lahat na namamatay dyan, pati yung nasagasaan, kukunan ng picture, padala ni Nograles doon kay Dilima, kaibigan naman sila, pareho silang pangit. So, Dilima kept on hammering on me, due process, extrajudicial killing. And I was the one of the few mayors na national. And only because I was a criminal killing a criminal. Ngayon, bakit sa Davao nahinto yung droga? Nahinto yung at least barest minimum. Bakit ang Davao naging one of the safest city in the world? Bakit ang Davao ang negosyo pumasok at makita mo naman ngayon? Bakit ang Davao ang mga tao doon medyo disiplinado, walang suplado? Bakit kami sa Davao ang pakisama namin sa Moro pati Kristiyanos maganda? Well, one of the reason really is that parang neutral ako in the sense that makalapit sa akin because my lola was a Maranao, my lolo was a Chinese, but my father was a Cebuano. So yun ang sikreto ng Davao. Ang unang umalis ang komunista. Kasi ang pag-isip ko rin noon, parang sosyalista. But the Communist Party of the Philippines is the extreme. And they want to get government by armed struggle. So, kami pagka-sosyalista namin, dito lang kami, maybe off-center, because my father ventured in Mindanao, nag-asawa siya dito, Mindanaoan, but we were really very poor. So I grew up in a environment of, hindi naman talaga yung gutom, pero hirap. So, madali kong maintindihan ang mga komunista. And as a matter of fact, last night I was talking with Halandoni. Because we were talking, naintindihan niya ako. Kaya ako nakapagpunta ng Sarangani, sa bukid, kunin ko yung mga nabihag na police, na army, because I could talk sense to them. Bakit man tayo magpataya na pareho man tayo pobre dito? So why do you have to weapon? But those are the things na limitado ako kasi mayor lang. Ngayon, naging presidente ako. Bakit maraming patay? Na ngayon, lahat ng patay, kaya ako galit kung nakikinig kayo, mga foreigners, ganito yan. Makinig kayo mabuti ha, ang hina po naman ng utak ninyo. Bullshit yun. Kasi, yung kung ako nung mayor sa Davao, ito yung sinabi ko. Hindi naman ako gago magsabi patay no. At alam ko na nag-aral kayo lahat. And you know the circumstances where you can kill a person legally or any other thing would be illegal, extrajudicial. Yan tinatawag nilang salvage. Sa Davao kasi ganito. Hanapin ninyo ang mga durugista, mga kriminal, mga hold-upper, kidnapper. Hanapin ninyo, arestuhin ninyo. Pag ayaw mag-surrender at lumaban, and they present a violent resistance, and if you think that life, your life as an arresting officer in danger, shoot them dead. Period. That is the order until now sa inyo. Kaya sa Maynila, sabi nila bakit patayan nung nag-umpisa si Duterte? Kasi ang pulis takot. Alam ko, 23 years ako, ang pulis pag nadimanda, on the day na, alam mo, ang mga abogado, ganyan, abogado ako eh. Pag demanda ka ng pulis, mag-counter charges. At minsan, yung hearing sa pulis, yung dinimanda niyang kriminal, na iwit, last to be heard, yung demanda ng kriminal sa kanya na una, and he gets suspended, and that day, pero mga officer, after 2 years, but that day, wala ng trabaho, wala ng pagkain, wala ng... Hindi naintindihan ng mga loko-loko eh. Kaya ang mga pulis takot. Nung ako nang presidente, sinabi ko, go out. Ano niya ako? Go out and hunt down the criminals. Arrest them. And if they offer a violent resistance, and you think that life, ikaw ang mamatay, kung hindi siya, tangina, patayin mo sila. Yan ang order ko sa iyo. That has not changed. Pag sinunod ninyo ako, wala kayong problema, ako ang bahala sa inyo. Hindi ako papayag na may militar o pulis makulong dahil sa utos ko kasi ang bayan natin hirap. Hirap na hirap ang bayan natin. Sa droga, Santiago, he's an officer ng Armed Forces. Sa PDEA siya. I don't have no reason to doubt about, hindi man niya personal kalaban. He told us that there are 3 million addicts now in the Philippines. Of late, huwag mo na lang pinangin yun. Yung 700,000, it's going up. It's gonna reach 1 million mark by the end of this month. 1 million drug addicts, pas 3 million nung sinabi ng PDEA. Ilan yan? 4 million. Nag-usap kami ni Widodo doon sa ASEAN Summit. Sabi ni President Widodo, we have the same problem. I have 4 million addicts. But there are about almost the largest, ang Indonesia sa about 300 million people. Tayo 104. Nearing the 4 million mark. Itong mga puti, ang utak talaga puti. But pasabot luspad. Walang dugo na... They cannot understand na ako hirap na hirap masyado dito ngayon. What am I supposed to do with the 4 million? Sabi pa ng easily done. kindly record it and give it to the idiots. Why is Duterte killing them? Sending them to rehabilitation would be good. They do not know, or they do not pretend to know, or they are ignorant really, that in any government there is always the fiscal year, January to December. At that time, it was Aquino, itong budget kung pinapatakbo ko sa inyo, was a budget that was prepared by Aquino the previous year to be implemented this year. And the budget next year is being prepared now for implementation next year. Nobody at that time knew the magnitude of the contamination of drugs. Remember that I am a midstream president. Pumasok ako, ang budget umiiral na. Sila yung gumawa, at I don't know if you had an idea, na ganun pala karami ang tama natin. Tama yung DOH. Wala silang budget niyan, even the DSWD, simply because this budget now does not contain the following expenditures. Hindi ako makakuha, hindi ako makautang because that would be illegal. Na yung ibang budget doon sa ibang department, igastos ko para sa rehab. Because that would be just like stealing from Peter to pay Paul. Ika nga sa idiom. Hindi naintindihan nila, daldal ng daldal. Ngayon, hinintay ko lang. Nung sinabi ko na, Dilima, you better hang yourself, alam ko na. And that is why I am now yung mga human rights. Halika kayo. Halika kayo dito. So I would be inviting the Human Rights Commission, the EU, Obama, if he wants to come here, si Bangki, sabi ko Bangkisan, Bangki-moon pala yung Bangkisan, hindi ko alam, Sun and Moon kasi. So I apologize for that faux pas. And if you read it, then it's a fox pass, it's pronounced faux pas. Yan ang totoo. Ngayon, alam ko na. Sino nagpatay? May mga patay, marami illegitimate police action. Meron na napatay ang mga military sa Mindanao. It's a purely military undertaking a police action. Yung iba yung binabalot, sino nagpatay. Alam mo, marami silang karibal. The most, sabihin ito sa mga putang inang bantay ka sa akin, pagpunta niyo dito. Di ba nila alam na pati mga police generals at police involved? At lahat yung pinatay, nagpatayan sila because unahan na nila, kasi these guys will be these killers. Nagpapatayan sila kung sinong pumait kay Garbo, sinong pumait kay Luot. Did it ever occur to you that there was also a silencing stage? Mostly sila lang. Pero ang patay lahat sa wayna, tinatapon nila kay bato sa akin sa pulis. Ma'am, how stupid can you really get? Nga sabi nyo, bakit mo ini-insulto? Si Duterte, sabi doon sa EU, Europe, pinaka-unpopular daw ako. Gago, tapos ng eleksyon, nanalo na ako dito. Ang boto dito, ang popular ang gusto ko. Warang buang. Unpopular ako. So, tapos naman ang eleksyon. 6 million na ang margin eh. Tapos hindi daw ako statesman. Excuse me? Hindi raw ako statesman. Ang pagkaalam ko, tumakbo ako ng presidente, wala mang posisyong statesman doon sa amin. Bakit pa man ako pilitin maging statesman? Madumero ang bunga ako. Eh kasi tarantado kayo. You know why you get a retort to me that's really bullshit? Because you yourself are bullshitting us. Hindi pa nga nila alam, hindi nga alam kung sino nagpapatayan. Why do you attribute all the killings in Manila to the police and me? When as a matter of fact, you know that they were gangsters, including police generals. Di yung unang birada, di binabalot ng plaster. Sabi ko, that is not the job of the police to make mummies. Sa Egypt lang yan noon. Bakit mo gawin, mama? Bakit mo magsayang-sayang ng panahon? Why would we waste our time wrapping a body with to make mummies out of those? Kaya ako galit. Ako, pagka you just treat me fairly, wala ka talaga. Nagpapakong baba ako. Ako, ganoon ako eh. Kung dito yung tao, dito ako. Kung dito, dito ako. Hindi mo pa natakiran. Nagsisir ako sa inyo lahat, mga officer. How do I address you? Sir. Eh, kasi tayo, ako naman yung from the ranks rin ako eh. So nasanay ako mag-sir. Sanay ako, pag ako, fiscal, special counsel, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Pag to, nung naging OIC, Vice Mayor ako ng Davao. Sa buhay ko, nagsasir ako. Basta yung mga policeman, ma'am, sir. Marunong ako magrespeto sa kapwa ako tao. Pero itong mga, lalo na yung mga mayaman, o kaya itong mga hambugiro ng mga ibang sabi ko, ikaw, Amerika, sige ka human rights. Ngayon mga si Charlotte ngayon, state of emergency na bakit? Pinagbabaril yung itim. Basta nakikiga, bang! Kaya sabi ko si Bato, mag-prepare ka kung sinong general padala mo noon sa Amerika. Raportor. Paimbestiga mo rin. Ininteresado tayo at pinagbabaril nila yung mga black people sa Amerika. Ganon niya ang Amerika eh. Pointing at us, hindi niya alam that the time is solo pointing at his face. Ikaw, Duterte, di ikaw rin, double barrel. Puto. Suwat kung ayaw na nila. May China, Russia. Punta na nga si Bato. Napunta na si Bato doon. Sabi ko kasi, punta ka doon. Kaya kung magkalabuan ito, nabalik na. O, Bato, saan? Siya, sir, naanata na siya. Buwag na ta. Dito na lang ta. Isa ka pang intrigador. May sulsulan itong Amerikano, kudita dito. Ibig sabihin, before you condemn, you know, men, pakinggan ninyo ito men judge best when they condemn. Pinakamahusay ang husga sa tao lalabas yan. Lalo yung husga na yan, kasamaan sa kapwa ng tao. Before conducting dilema, chairman ng human rights, senador, wala mang pinail isa. Sige, yaw-yaw sa akin. Ayoko naman siyang patulan kasi pangit siya. Baka patulan ko, tapos, sige, mag-usap tayo, Mayor. Na. Tapos, saan, ma'am? Ikaw kung saan mo gusto. Alam ko na noon pa. Totoo alam ko. Kasi sinabi ko, dilema, I am listening to you. Hindi dyan nakuha. Akala siguro yung bibiro ako. Hindi akalain. Alam mo, when you get to be president, marami na rin ibang bansa na, gusto mo lang. Sige, kaibigan tayo. So, alam ko na. Sabi ko, dilema, did I not tell you that I was listening to you? Yung pagsabi ko, go hang yourself, yun na yun. Dumaan na sa kamay ko. Pero hindi ako ang sabi ko, hayaan ko sila, Bit Aguirre. Sige. Siya yun. So, ganito yan. Sabi ko sa mga opisyal ninyo, be careful. Kayo nasa likod, mapoproblema kayo nito. Kami hindi na masyado. narco-politics has entered the Philippine democracy. Bantay kayo dyan. Kaya ako hindi pumayag na mag-eleksyon ngayon. Kasi yung mga mayor, gobyerno na sabit, they will still have the money to spend and be in power. Pag hindi mo na if we cannot destroy the apparatus now, tayo, the next generation will be compromised. Ang anak ninyo na mga high school ngayon, wag na yan nasa college. Hindi na masyado. Pero delikado pa rin. Ang mga apo ninyo. Sabihin ko sa inyo, ang pinaka sa tao yung ang apo natin. Hindi pa nga tayo sa anak apo. Basta apo. Isang araw kami makipaglaro sa apo mo, maligaya ka pa. Kaya sabi ko sa lahat, I will end by saying, hindi pa pala, huwag mo nang end kay, how many hours this? Ilan yung dumaan dito? You'll get mga 200,000 each. Pamatay pa, karami pa dyan. No, basta, remember, if I have time, you listen to me. Sino ba nag-aral sa Davao ng Basic Police Course, Officers Course? Yung dumaan sa lecture ko. May notes pa kayo? Yung matrix ko? Makinig lang kayo. Meron kasi ako, when I got married, I passed the bar, class 72, bar 72 ako. Nung nag-asawa ako bigla, kaanak ako, hindi ko akalain na mahirapan ako so I had to teach dyan sa Police Academy sa Mintal. So 1973 hanggang ngayon, nagle-lecture ako. Pag mag-lecture ako sa inyo, tingnan ninyong mabuti. Tingnan ninyo yung matrix na dumaan sa akin. It's about 1 hour 10, 30, the most. Makinig kayo, yun na yun. Yun na yun ang buhay ninyo pagka-pulis. Alam mo na lahat. Sundan mo lang yung akin. Gano'n naman yan. Arrest. With warrant, without warrant. With warrant, court. Without warrant, 9, 18, 36. Gano'n yan. Tapos, yun. Filing of cases. Wala nang basa-basa. Alam ko man, hindi kayo nagabasa noon. Subasa pa dyan. Ito, binisaya lang, pero yun na yun. Yun ang tapos, search. Arrow. With warrant. Description. Residence. Exactly, yan. Without warrant. Hot pursuit. Dito. Escapo. Yun. About 30 minutes. Yun na yung pagka-pulis mo. Tapos dito, kasi bigyan ko itong mga military because the advent next is terrorism. Hindi na masyado yung paraan. If we get lucky to have a peace agreement with the communists, then they would labanan ito ng covert. Bigyan ko yan sila ng Glock. Magbili ako ng lahat tayo sundalo, bigyan ko ng Glock. Kasi kung wala ng kalaban, makita kayo sa bayan, mag-inuman yung pulis dito, inuman yung sundalo doon, pagkatapos magbarilan yan sila. Para manggagago. Tangina. Mabasa ko minsan, army and police, buti hindi ko inabutan, sapakin ko doon. Kaya mag-inom. Pag human, mag-ilog sa morar, bagwapog tingog ang mga yawa. Tapos mag-initay kasi katupong pikas, dugay na sa bukid, doon nakakanaog, mangilog na po, pagkahuman, o kinsalay tigas, barilay dayon. Awarding, asam kong award ninyo, basig nga wag clip sa papel, bahala ka diya. So bigyan ko rin yan sila because the next generation is terrorism. Hindi mo na, I cannot discuss the things that we plan to do. It's supposed to be public, but mainly it's gonna be something like a covert operation. crime and detection yan. Ang kalaban mo dyan, isa, dalawa, tatlo. If ever may encounter ka sa bukid, could not be more than 100. Ano yan? But be careful, kasi itong komunista, mabilis yan. Itong sila, static yan eh. Just like in Holo. Basilan is very small. I mean, if you get about 10 battalions there, I'm going to get something like, Dolores-Ana is asking 20,000 additional troops. Ako, I would like by next year, tapos na sana. I don't know how many months yung SAF training. So I would have something like about 10 to dito, mobile to rural, urban terrorism rather. But that will be our planning in the days to come before Christmas. So, maghintay lang kayo, you just do your work. Huwag kayo matakot. Huwag kayo magtakot na. Just remember the guidelines. I gave you the standard only if pagtingin mo in the convention by the chiefs of police sa Europe pati sa Amerika. Sa Amerika ngayon, pag sinabi down ka talaga. O hands up ka. Pag nagkamali hands up, tapos ang kamay mo nag-travel sa bulsa, they are agreed now na o dito sabihin, violation ng human rights. It is now agreed amongst them na any overt action, pag sabi taas ang kamay, tapos magbaba ang kamay mo kung saang bulsa, baski nagkamot ka ng itlog mo kay Makati, putang ina, patay ka. So, malaman mo man, pag magbunot ng ganon, huwag ka na maghintay. Kadot ng sir, ang akong pusod na mamang. Wala ka ng panahon magano. You know, if you kill a person on a judgment, wala kang malis, except that you thought at that time that you were in danger. That is good faith. Wala talaga yung, ikaw pa. Kasi mag-aristo ka ng ganon, tapos nagkamali ka. Ito lang ang remember mo, ha? Init eh. Ayaw naman na igapon.
Hindi, lipat natin.
Sama ko kasi ang
Lipat natin.
may ano na lang yung ito na lang. It's always gamitin ko lang itong figure. You are the policeman. Ano ka? At the time sa enkwentro, were you a policeman or not in the performance of duty? Meaning to say, kung ikaw ang pulis, nakaharap mo ito, nagkabarilan kayo, ano ang sitwasyon mo noon? Nagtatrabaho ka as a police in the performance of duty, yun. Ngayon, ikaw pulis, at that time nagkabarilan kayo, ano ka? Wala, nakapihapi. Kaharap yung army, nag-agawan ng mic, nagbarilan. At that time, ano ka? Were you in the performance of duty? No. Yan. Ngayon, ikaw, police ka. May terorista dito, drug addict, binaril mo, naka-auto ka, tumama dito, 10 tao, patay. You are engaged in a terrorist. Are you responsible for the killing here? No. Why? Because collateral damage yun. You were in the performance of duty. You could not have stopped the bullets and you have every right to defend yourself. Performance of duty and self-defense. Ikaw, police ka, sige, pangobra diya sa pangapago diya sa sabungan. nag-away, na usa ka civilian gi-away ng baril nimo. Are you in the performance of duty? Ngayon, nagbarilan kayo doon sa Kristo. May namatay dito tindera, marami may yan sabungan. Lumusot yung bala mo. Liable ka dito? Yes, because at that time, you are not in the performance of duty. That's about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Police Director Apolinario, Police Chief Superintendent Constantino, Police Chief Superintendent Velasquez, Police Senior Superintendent Rosales, the officers, the men and women of the Philippine National Police, my co-workers in government, mga mahal kong kababayan. Could who's in charge give the tikas pahinga for the men? Mas dakog bilangkan ang pulis You know, I will go direct to our job and the environment that we are operating now, including the nuances. Ako kasi, sa Davao City, nung mayor pa ako, been mayor for 22 years, 23 as a matter of fact. Kalahati lang kasi kaya naputol ngayon, naging presidente ako. I was very strict sa trabaho, especially against crime. I'll just tell you maybe a biodata of sorts. I was fiscal for 10 years, a trial lawyer for also about mga 9 years, and I hardliner against crime. Na ganito yan. You must have heard, because it was a very popular issue at that time and until now, that killer daw ako, that I kill men, and they want me in prison. Nakakatawa itong mga gagon na to, kasi sila ang walang alam. You know, at the transition period sa Davao, yung martial law, pati yung revolution ni Cory, there was much really trouble. Everyone who claimed to be an anti-communist was provided with a gun at no cost, at no question. Basta ikaw, kalaban mo, komunista noon. So a lot of, you know, tao sa Davao halos may armas. And it became an anarchy for everybody. They would just go into a house, hostage the people there, then ask the owner of the house for money. At alam mo naman noon, hanggang ngayon, you cannot withdraw more than 50,000. So they would stay in a house for 3 days while the poor husband goes to the bank, back to his home, and all the time, yung asawa niya, anak niyang babae, pati yung mga maid, ginagamit ng mga kriminal. So it was really a furious kind of thing. Ako naman dumating, at ang sinabi ko ganito, I am out to get you. Surrender peacefully. Because if you don't, if you offer a violent resistance, kasi halos lahat may baril, mamamatay kayo. The only reason why Davao got the highest in law and order and was even one of the peaceful cities in the world, except for the blast which was really coming because of our operations in this Zamboanga Peninsula. Expected na yun. Sabi ko sa police, just do your work, arrest them, overcome the resistance, and if there is violence, kill them. Yun ang nadala ko, yun ang ginamit ng mga politiko. So every time may mamatay, aking kasalanan. Without really studying closely my pagkalumaban. Basta alam nila, kill, 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 kill. Ay, problema ninyo yan. Naging political issue, yung kalaban ko every time may mamatay sa Davao, whether or not really killed by the police, or killed by the cohorts, or killed by the husband of his lover, if it was a gunshot wound, violent resistance, sa ibigay na yan sa akin. Kill, kill, kill. Ginamit sa eleksyon, ginamit ni De Lima, who was, I said, for almost so many years, the chairman of the human rights. Reklamo ng reklamo, bunganga ng bunganga, wala namang ginawa ang putang ina niya. Ngayon, naging senador, daldal ng daldal, sabi niya, yung si Matubato, was with them sa Witness Protection Program for 3 years. Ngayon na lang niya binitawan kasi naiipit na siya. You know, De Lima was screwing her driver and at the same time, she's screwing the nation. Siya yung may hawak. So itong mga human rights, itong ngayon, alam na ninyo. So what do you suppose you will do now? Daldal kayo na daldal threatening me with International Court of Justice. Now I am the one. I have ordered the Executive Secretary. I am inviting the rapporteur, Ban Ki-moon, the EU, the lawyers, to come here and investigate me. But, sabi ko, this would not be a one-way affair. They can ask all the questions they want, but after that, in keeping with the time-honored principle of the right to be heard, ako na naman ang magtanong sa kanila. Fair is fair. Tanongin ko yung rapporteur nilang mandaldal. Is he a lawyer? I'm a lawyer. Sige, tignan natin kung sinong kabugok ninyo. Kailan pa ba ako believe dyan sa mga... Sige, punta kayo dito. I'll write them a letter. I will furnish the press next week. I'm writing the human rights, pumunta kayo dito. Padala ninyo yung pinakamagaling ninyo. But, bigyan ninyo akong panahon pagkatapos ninyo, ako na naman ang magtanong. Kasi pag hindi nyo ginawa yan, magkagulo tayo dito sa Pilipinas. Do not have your cake and eat it too. Ika nga. Para tapos na. Ngayon, anong order ko sa iyo? We have a problem. Our problem is, hindi ko alam ganito kalalim at kabigat kung hindi ako naging presidente. I know the problem was serious in Davao. So what I said, because gunggong yan, kita mo may police kayo na nasa hospital, yung isa patay, hindi ko nga alam pala dito. Else, I could have been here. Kasi sino yung police na namatay, pinupuntahan ko talaga. Not only to condole, because wala na, tapos na yan. But to show my solidarity with you. Kasi lahat tayo sa gobyerno, remain loyal to the Constitution. Salute the flag. Never mind if do not salute me. We are all workers of government. Pero let not be. There are, sabi ni Santiago before sa PDEAT 2 years ago, 3 years ago, there were already about 3 million addicts contaminated by drugs. The recent events would show that there are about, we're counting, it would hit 1 million by the end of the month. That another, so 3 million plus 1 million is 4 million. In my talk with Widodo doon sa summit sa ASEAN, he said, he has about 4 million drug addicts. We are catching up with Indonesia. It behoves upon you, it is your duty to protect the next generation. Huwag ninyong hayaan. Alam mo, if it would outlast me, wala malaman natin, nagsasakay ako ng mabaril ako, whatever, maraming galit. Promise me now, wala akong hingin sa inyo. Do not compromise the next generation. It is a very serious problem of our country. Do not be afraid to do your duty. Huwag kayong matakot. Yan lang ang hingin ko sa inyo. As your Commander-in-Chief, I am not asking you for anything. I am just asking you to be conscious na may next generation, yung mga anak ninyo, yung college, okay na yan, kung matino. Yung mga 4th grade, 5th grade ninyo, yung mga the next set of officers, kayo nasa likod. Be aware of this. Kaya your training now, ang klase niyo should be more sa covert detection, because the next would be terrorism and drugs. You know, yung nagpaputok sa Davao, hindi niya tinanggal yung helmet. Tinaas lang niya yung blinder. Tapos hindi niya removed yung mask niya for yung sa, kunwari para sa abog, si tawag ng Binisaya. Mabasahe siya ganun. So, but, alam na natin, ayun, pagkaalam natin, that's independent, which I cannot talk ever with you. Well, if you're part of the intelligence community, then you might share with that. Pero yan ang utos ko sa inyo. Huwag kayong matakot. Sa Davao, bakit ganon? Hindi natatakot ang pulis. Hindi ako papayag. Ako ang magpakulong. Putang ina niya. Huwag kayong matakot. Ako ang magpakulong. Just do your duty. Go there, arrest them, and if there is a resistance which would place your life para ikaw mamatay, putang ina, patay mo. There is no law at all. Mind you, Human Rights Commission. Tarantado pala kayo. There is no law. There has to be a law. Do not keep on complaining about my mouth. Because my mouth is not the problem. It cannot bring down a country, but it can erase a generation of right-thinking Philippines. Ang issue dito, hindi yung bunganga ko. And they would say the rating sa business economy, so be it, lumayas kayo eh. Then we will start on our own. I can go to China, I can go to Russia, I had a talk with them. They are waiting for me. So what the hell? You pretended to be imbued with humanity. Ngayon, maraming migrants na mamatay dyan sa dagat, hindi ninyo tanggapin. You have stopped accepting your fellow human being in distress, SOS, you have stopped and closed the borders, and they are there dying outside of hunger. Tapos magturo kayo sa akin na pinatay ko ang mga kriminal, loko-loko pala kayong lahat eh. That is why I use slang. Ang slang hindi yung, that's not slang, that's role. Slang is binastos ng sulti. Slur, slang, or epithets. Why? Nakakawala kayo ng respeto because you do not even investigate. Wala akong sinabi in public na kill, everybody you kill. I always lay down the conditions and bind you. Bago ito sila nagtindig sa harapan ko, they knew already what is. I do not have to lecture on. They have to. I am doing it for the media. Alam nila na hindi sila makapatay na without due process in the sense that you have to be arrested legally. Mr. X, I am a police ito. Mag-surrender ka. What is the essence of arrest? Babalik ako dito, magturo ako because I said I've been I married very early, so I had to go to the police school to teach. I lecture lahat ninyo, yung mga official. You listen to it for 1 hour lang. Then you will know everything about your police work. That is the thing until you will die. Yan lang ang kailangan mo. So when you make an arrest, because ito kasi mga durugista, bungog ito. Kagaya ng mga kalaban ninyo noon ng mga Sparrow. Talagang bumubunot yan, babaril yan. Ito rin because bungog, may armas. Invariably may armas yan. Pagka lumaban dyan, just announce. May warrant ka, pumunta kami dito, ibaba mo yung baril mo. Pag itinaas yung baril, parap sa iyo, barilin mo na. Kill him! Because pag ikaw ang namatay, magagalit pa ako sa iyo. Bakit ka magpauna? Anong klaseng pulis ka? You're not here to join the police and to die? You must be. Yan ang order ko. Ano malama? There is really, baka ayaw ng Diyos na patayan. Di bale, hindi naman ang Diyos ang kalabang ko. Mag-usap kami ng Diyos pagkatapos. When I am there, tanong ko siya, kung Diyos kayo, pabak mo. Wala ka naman ginawa. And the Filipinos are going crazy. We are counting by the millions. Like the millions of Jews that were killed by the Nazis noon. Itong ating masakit because it's under our hindi naman concentration camp. Maubos sweldo mo. You know, bantay kayo ha. The cost of being an addict. Pag may anak ka, huwag kayo talaga magsali dyan. Pag magsali kayo dyan, pati kayo. Pagka nagka-problema ka sa anak mo, ano mawala? Dysfunctional ng pamilya, sige na away. Kayong asawa, galit na sa ganon, tapos sige na nakaw yung bata. Pag wala nang makuha, lalabas yan dyan, dito sa kakaroon. Hindi mag-hold up, magnakaw. O tignan mo ngayon ang baba. By almost 50% down lahat. Nakawan. Crimes against person, hold up. See? So huwag kayong magkumpiyansa dyan. So just remember my guidance. If in making the arrest, ganito yan eh. When you make an arrest ito, you announce your authority. O pagka delikado ka, huwag ka nang mag-announce. Sabihin mo lang pare, taas mo kamay mo. Gobyerno ako. Military ako, Air Force, o Navy. Then, it is your duty to arrest. How do you arrest? You arrest is you take a person into custody. Para ma-aresto mo, iskunin mo yung tao, dalhin mo sa istasyon. So, anong essence? Kung may resistance, ang bata, ito mga human rights, ang bata kasi pumapalag talaga yan. Ako mismo naghuli ng bata noon, talagang dumugin mo. Nga pagka nagkasugat-sugat yan, ang human right ng kalaban mo hindi nag-aral ng law, o yung iba yung lasing. Yung lasing hindi mo madalag agad. Bakit sino ka? You have to overcome his resistance. Whether he likes it or not, you have to overcome the resistance to bring him into the custody of the law at talhin mo doon sa istasyon. That is the essence of arrest. Ngayon ito, ayaw. Sabihin mo may baril. Tangina mo. Arestado ka, bitawan mo yan. dadalhin kita sa estasyon kung gusto mo buhay. Kung gusto mo rin patay, okay sa akin. Because the law requires you to arrest a person and overcome his resistance so that he can be placed under the custody of the law to answer for a crime or a wrong. Hindi naintindihan niya sa mga putang ina yan. Wala to. Ngayon, bata. Di ba pag bata, arestuhin mo, kisik-kisik yun na, mama. Ako, ganun. At talagang pinapalo ko. Sinasapa ko. Hindi mo madala sa istasyon. Lumalaban, sumisipa. Pag makita ka ng human rights, tangina, kaso ka agad. Sus Maria Josep. Eh kung ganon, hindi talaga tayo magkaintindihan ito. I'm inviting you and to answer my questions also. So that I would know whether you are a United Nations rapporteur. Do you know the law? And do you know the reality of arrest criminal? Ang mga Arabo, ang mga ISIS, anong sabi ng Amerikano, Great Britain? Pag hindi kayo maghinto dyan, bombahan ka namin. Tapos binubomba talaga pati mga bata, patay. O so anong diferensya? Takutin nila yung ISIS, pero takutin ko ng itong mga kriminal na sinisira ng bayan ko. O so what's it? Anong gawin ko pala pagka-presidente ako? Now, sabihin ko, show me a law that prohibits a president from threatening criminals. Show me the law threatening the Arabs going into Iraq on the pretext that there is a weapons of mass destruction. Yung pala wala. Saan ang diferensya natin ngayon dyan? Nililang ninyo ang mundo. Ako hindi ko na yan sinabi ko, patayin ko talaga kayo. What's wrong with that? When has it ever been a crime to threaten a criminal or a wanted person? Come, I will issue the invitation. But be prepared to be an educated human being. Because you'll have to answer my questions too. Bakit? Who gave you the right to be so one-sided that when you decide to adopt the theories of itong mga NGO sa Maynila, lalo na yung yellow, pinag-ano rin kayo. So tayo, we will not gula basta ang pulis. Army, tanawang army, gagmay, ang pulis o dagkog bilang ka, sige nagpatid-patid siya, pareho po na ako. Kay Giriuma naman. Now, one of these days, I will give all military men, just like you, sidearms. Because itong terrorism, it's more of a covert detection and detection management yan pati ano. Ang kalaban mo dyan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could not be just like the ISIS in the Middle East because it is not a contiguous place. You know, island for island tayo, mahirapan yan. Terrorism ka na tribe ng ganun. At saka yung, alam mo na, learn how to deal with your enemy. Diyan sa hulo, static ang kalaban mo. Hindi yan lumalabas dyan sa Sulos, Basilan. Itong NPA, unlike your experience, they move around a lot. Dito, minsan kumbalbali na. So, pag-aralan ninyo mabuti ang study now the profile of a terrorist and drugs. Go ahead and arrest them. Go ahead and kill them if your life is in danger. You have my full backing, and I will see to it that nobody not a single soldier or police will go to prison just because he was doing his duty. Kuha ninyo yan. Intindihan ninyo? So, bukas marami nang patay. Actually, ako, kung hindi lang man delikado talaga ang buhay na malayo, tapos kahoy lang, you might want to shoot hindi. Ang pinaka-target na talagang matumban tao, as may experience, try mo sa hip. In between wag mong tamaan yung kapital niya. Kawawa naman. Dito talaga sa hip. Tumba yan. Pag tinamaan mo dito o matsambahan mo yung tuhod, pero malikot but the torso is more steady. Oh, hindi mo na kailangan patayin pa. Mat ko magsabi itong mga buang na ito na inutusan ko kayo para talian yung tao sa likod ng... Okay. Bakit nila attribute sa atin? Ang tingin nila sa atin mga pulis, baboy? Nakaka-insulto kasi. Pati yung binabalot ng, yung intriga nila sa, ito, balutin nila, justusyo doon sa kanilang mga kalaban sa druga na, oh, ito ang mangyari sa iyo. Hindi talaga alam ng mga gagong to Ito yung ang misaya niya, no? Ito mangyari sa iyo pag magpiyait ka. Hindi ka kasali sa pulis. Kasi marami na rin pulis na namatay today. Kaya mga ninja na yung putang ina mga pulis na yan, ang patong ko dyan 2 million. Kung may dito ka, may ninja po dating dito, hulihin mo. Same procedure. Arestado kita ka, di ninja ka. Ninja are the policemen, peace officers who were or are into drugs and up to now have not reported for duty because may kasalanan. Hindi ko tatanggapin yan. Magkasala na kayo na magkasala. Mag-asawa kayo ng 5, kaunom. Ako pa ang ninong sa 4 na kasal. Huwag talaga yung druga kasi patay ko talaga. Tingnan niyo. Pero, for a starter, ilan yung awardees na can I go back here? Yung awardees, maglinya kayo dito. Gusto ko lang magpa-picture sa inyo kasi okay lang dyan siguro sa yung unit awardees also. So for the individual awardees, I would give you 200,000 each. Saka yung unit awardees for a job well done, tag 250 kayo. Kasalan niya mga. Pero kayong individual, ano kayo? Yung 200. Kasi alam ko, 2 ang asawa niya tag 100 Nabilihan ko itong mga army ng baril kasi the next game is terrorism and drug. We do not need so much yung armas We are talking to, we're lucky that the left are very receptive to us. Landone is waiting for me in Davao. He's there right now. I have invited them for dinner. Nag-uusap tayo. I am for an inclusive government. Up to now. But I am not ready for a coalition government. Inclusive government. Nandiyan na sila. Huwag mo lang pakialaman ang police pati military. Magkaintindihan na tayo. No coalition government. I will not allow any, except those who are elected by the Republic of the Philippines, the people, as their president. Kung komunista ang maging president, oh, okay. But go mainstream and get yourself elected. Bahala na tao kung anong gusto nila. But we cannot exist on yung communism. Mahirap yan. It has been repudiated by the people. So, we can seek another arrangement if you want. But the security of the nation will always be paramount. and will not be, hindi pwede yan, huwag galawin yan, kasi mahirap yan. So, 200 plus 250, you'll receive it. I'm going to the hospital to visit, nandiyan pa pala sa hospital yung police. Wala nang ano. Lahat ng, I hope it would not happen. I pray to God, please, God, wag sana. But kung meron, I am from a social fund. Aside from yung yung inyo, then yung asawa ninyo, automatically, I will employ her kung magtrabaho as government. And of course, I will work that you will stay in the payroll he will be still in the payroll for 2 or 3 years bago yung pension. Now, this is very important to me. I have nothing against this kind of system, but it sucks. Yung mga byuda na mga punta doon sa krami, ginagalaw pa, minsan pag-uwi na buntis na, wala na yung pera. Do not do that in my time. Sabi ko, dagdagan ko, tinanong ko si Apple ngayon, I will expand that office. You work on each and every career of the policeman. So if anything happens to him, that day you would know, you just press the computer. When he was last assigned, tapos kung do not ask for ito mga birth certificate, for after all, tinanggap na ninyo na pulis yan. So bakit pa yan? Punerarya no more. Certify lang ng sino yung commander niya, what station. That he died in the line of duty, tapos na, bigay ng pera. And it will be given downstream doon sa region. Wala ng anak o asawa na mag-follow up sa krami. Ayaw ko yan. Ayaw ko yan kasi marami akong narinig na hindi maganda. Stop it, and it will also bind the military. Ganon ang gusto ko. Somebody in office will keep track of your... Pag namatay ka dyan din, nandyan na yung papel. Puro zeros, may computer. Saan malang yung computer? Karami kong binili yung computer. Yun ang... That is the style the system that I want to put in place. It minds everybody and start it today because that is what I want for you. Do not be afraid. I'll be there behind you. I will support you. Ngayong August, but next year, kompleto na yung double your salary ninyo. To start next year. Military and the police. Okay? And so, bilihan ko itong mga army ng baril, pati yung police na off-duty. Walang ganaw itong mga buang na to, mag-inuman. Tapos, wala na silang kalaban, army pati police na ang magbabarilan. Yaman ang sakit ninyo. Maabutan, suntok. Stop it. Stop it. Okay? Maraming salamat po.